First of all, I'd like to thank Sonoma State for the opportunity to be here today. I've enjoyed a long and meaningful relationship with the university over the decade I've lived in Sonoma County. Bill Sover's a big imprint on a lot of you. He moved to the county the same month as me 10 years ago, and we became fast friends. So for the undergraduates here today, I went to Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana, and majored in accounting, and went to work at Ernst & Young. And for the MBA students, I went to the University of Chicago, and I got an MBA from the University of Chicago, and then I moved to Los Angeles to work for the Nestle Food Company to go into brand marketing. But the best career move I ever made was when I was living in Los Angeles. I joined the 19th Street Natural Foods Co-op. Never been in a natural food store my whole life. I'm not even sure if they had them in Indiana back then. And I found all these wonderful, organic, fair trade, healthy, vegan products that were from these really mission-driven companies. And I fell in love with those products, and I found that these were the kind of companies that I really wanted to be part of. And then at work, they started calling me the MBA granola head. And eventually, as all granola heads do, I took a 70% pay cut and went to work for a veggie burger company in Petaluma, California. At that point, I completely separated from my peers at University of Chicago. But what happened was, I'd finally found a job that I really liked, and products I really liked, and I really believed in. And it was so much more than a job for me. I found my purpose, and I found my people. These natural foods companies were doing so much more than making food. They're changing agricultural practices, cooling the planet, paying fair wages, connecting people to where their food comes from, and introducing this new sustainable business model. I really wanted to be part of that. So today, I'm the CEO of Traditional Medicinals, an herbal tea company here in the county. In 1974, our founder pioneered a new way of doing business where you take into account all your stakeholders. So that could be our growers, that could be our employees, that could be our investors, but they're all treated equally. And at our place, the herb growers in India are just as important as our investors. Today, about 1,000 kids are going to one of 5 traditional medicinal schools that we built and operated in India. And that's something we're really proud of. We don't feel like we're making tea, we're changing lives. We feel that everyone rises together. So the 2 greatest issues that you're going to hear about in your lifetime are climate change and income inequality. Business can be a vehicle for addressing both of those and making real change. With your degrees today, you're now equipped to participate in this paradigm shift in business models. Companies need courageous, transparent leaders that are willing to tackle the tough business issues and push their organizations to do more good. This is exactly where you come in. When you're out interviewing for a job, ask about sustainability. Ask about the supply chain. Ask about where things come from and how they value your employees. And ask these questions of every person that you interview with. And make sure you get consistent answers. At our company, a part of our employees' annual review is adherence to our company values. If you're not embracing our values like respect and assuming positive intent, you can't work at our company. We call it the no jerk rule. Donald Trump may have been elected president of the United States, but he actually couldn't get a job at Traditional Medicinals. So over the years, I've seen a lot about what makes people successful in their careers and what makes them happy. So I'm just going to rattle off for a few minutes here and kind of what I've learned. And I guess I'll start with, how do you get from your seat to where you're going in life? First of all, if you knew where you were going, you wouldn't even get out of bed tomorrow. No one has it all figured out, and you surely don't have to have it all figured out today. Just get started collecting experience. Remember, every week at every job, you get 2 paychecks. One is money, and one is experience. Always take the paycheck with the biggest experience. You can lose all your money, and you can never lose any of your experience. The other important thing is way leads to way. Each step leads you down a path, and each path leads to another path. This is exactly how both life and careers work. Be mindful of your choices and choose wisely. It is your choices that reveal who you are and determine where you're going. Life is short, yes, but careers are really long. Find something you like to do. Take time to get to know yourself. Pay attention to the things that really make you happy and evoke passion. And then get yourself into an organization that is aligned with those passions, a place that allows you to be your true self. If you can't be yourself, you can't be authentic. Authenticity is absolutely essential to good leadership. To the female graduates, do not take a job at a company that would pay a man more than you for the same job. You can put a stop to that nonsensical inequality. Never underestimate your ability to make an ordinary job extraordinary by expanding it and changing it and making it a reflection of you. Do the tasks no one else wants to do because they're too hard or too risky a failure. No job should ever be too big or too small for you. Leaders exist at all levels of all organizations. You do not need to be a CEO to be a leader. There is a need for leadership everywhere, in the workplace, in communities, and in our families. And as you go forward, it's not going to be so much about you anymore. It's going to be about what you can get done through others. Leadership and strong character will get you farther than any subject matter expertise ever will. Happiness leads to success. It is not the other way around. Do not spend your entire career trying to be successful only to find out it didn't lead to happiness. My essential 4 P's for success: persistence, patience, passion, and purpose. Purpose is the most important. Do you know your purpose? You probably don't have it figured out today, but you will soon enough. Have one speed, full tilt. Give it everything you got, every day. If you don't like your job, or you're not getting paid well enough, don't pull back on the throttle. Take those talents somewhere else that appreciates it even more. Transparency. Live your life so if somebody grabbed your phone and read all your text messages and read all your emails, they would only trust and believe in you more. More than ever, be kind, be grateful, and be humble. Life, luck, and love are always out there hiding in plain sight. I met my wife 23 years ago at the Los Angeles airport on an Avis rental car bus. That conversation led to the single greatest source of happiness in my life. Don't miss these moments. They're monumental. She even loves me enough to be here at 7 o'clock this morning. No one is going to give you a permission slip to change the world. Just go out there and do it. When I told my dad I was quitting Nestle to go sell veggie burgers, I asked him for some advice. He said, "Son, you've just quit a better job than your dad ever had. You're on your own." I was on my own, and I've never looked back. But being true to oneself is not easy. My wife can attest to that. Oftentimes, it's really hard. It requires complete conviction, especially when loved ones are telling you to do something different than you feel in your heart. Your values and your dreams are your anchors. Think of them as a pole that you can never, ever let go of. The rains will come and the winds will blow you sideways, but never let go. Eventually, the sun will shine and you'll still be holding on to your values and have been true to yourself. Your learning does not stop today at this graduation. Life is an exercise in continuous learning. Never lose your enthusiasm or curiosity for learning new things, or you will become stale, personally and professionally. Continuous learners are the happiest people on earth. My last advice: you have everything you need right now today to achieve all of your dreams. It's all inside of you today. These things I've talked about today, they're what really matter. You really matter. What you do with your life really matters. Put your talents to use, making positive social change through the businesses you work for. The rewards of living a purposeful life are amazing. At the end of the day, I am simply an overachieving B student from Indiana. Whatever I've done, you can surely do more. And please feel free to contact me. You can find me on LinkedIn. I have all the time in the world to help anyone align their careers with their passions. Take me up on that. And lastly, I just wanted to say that this right here, this moment, is one of the great moments of my life and great honors of my life. And thank you for letting me be part of your day. And congratulations to you. You're all awesome.